All right, another Pac-12 matchup here, USC and Oregon. We've got the Oregon Ducks 15.5 point home favorite, 73.5 the total in this game. Look, they are playing Oregon. Playing spoiler, does it matter? I think deep down maybe it does, but I don't know if there's anything left in the tank physically, emotionally, mentally. That looked like a USC team that loss against Washington last week, and they played their guts out, especially on offense. And Caleb Williams, he played his heart out. He did everything he could. He was getting beat up a little bit in that game, kept leading them down the field, scoring points, and just over and over and over again, that absolute joke of a defense, an embarrassing defense, that sieve defense of USC just cannot even get one stop, can't get it to give Caleb Williams the ball back late in that game. And they suffer another loss, all because of the defense. And finally, the hammer dropped on Alex Grinch, the defensive coordinator, fired. So
it's about time.
And look, I'm shocked, it took this long, but I'm also shocked it actually happened because he's been stuck like glue to the hip of Lincoln Riley from very beginning when he was hired at Oklahoma. I mean, those two have been together for many, many years, Lincoln Riley and Alex Grinch. I'm actually shocked he actually did fire him finally after all these years when they've had zero defense, his teams. Lincoln Riley's teams have had no defense all these years, Oklahoma and now here at USC. And he finally parted ways with him. I looked at the looks on the USC kids' faces. They looked demoralized after that loss because now they know everything's gone. No playoff, no Pac-12 championship. This is like Clemson Part 2. Now you're going to play in the fucking Belk Bowl or something, some rinky-dink bowl game. This is not what they came back to. The Caleb Williams didn't come back to USC to play in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl or whatever the hell they're going to end up playing at this year. They were looking to be a Pac-12 champion or Rose Bowl at the very least, or a championship team. And there he is in the crowd, too. They showed a shot of him after the loss, Caleb Williams being consoled by his parents. You could tell he was crying because his body was shaking. And I said on Twitter, you know why he's bawling his eyes out? Because he has no defense on his team. He plays his guts out, his heart out every week, carries this team on his back, and he has zero defense to support him. That's why he was crying on that sideline after the game. Just awful stuff from this USC defense that have just completely – the USC defense has completely and utterly sabotaged this season for Caleb Williams because he's a quarterback that deserves better than a garbage defense, better than a defense that gives up 20 yards to a running back without contact. First contact is like 25 yards down the field for a running back against this USC defense. It's totally embarrassing. It's like they've never studied how to be in your proper rush lanes on the defensive side of the football. It's like they never even looked at how to be proper in that regard with your alignment and your assignment, stopping the run. It's like they've never taught defense in any sort of way in terms of fundamentals on this USC football team. It's ridiculous how bad it's been on that side of the football. There's no way I'm taking USC. I know they're getting a ton of points here, and I know they changed the DC, and I think long-term maybe that's going to help, but the same personnel that hasn't stopped anybody.
You are, yeah.
On Saturday in Eugene. And now you're facing Bo Nix and Bucky Irving in this offense that's lighting it up. That went to Utah and did a number on a defense that's a hell of a lot better than USC's defense when they went to Utah and put a huge number on the board, Oregon. So I'd actually lay it with Oregon, an Oregon team total over. I'm not convinced that Grinch is gone and now all of a sudden the defense is good. There's that theory that they step up after a coaching change, but I don't know about that. You got to have the personnel. They don't look like they have it on defense. What do you think here, Conor, USC, Oregon?
Yeah, it's not going to change anything. Yeah, at least now, or, till next year, maybe. Just over. SC over. It's just cash every week. Yep. Oregon's 8-2, the last 10 to the over. They score 63. Maybe. They score 50. You're right. The team total for Oregon. Look at, and even last week, this is a big number here too. I think it still gets over. I think SC will score some. I think they could get 28 or more as long as they're a go. So just take the over, or take the Oregon team total over.
And as we saw last week, 75.5 was not too high for that Washington USC total. So you can't always be scared to bet some of these totals in the 70s up and over.
I mean, it's there for a reason. And I mean, I get it. People, SC's getting 2 touchdowns here.
Yeah.
In all those games, they were favorites, but they're 2-8 ATS. Oregon's 8-1. So take a look at that.